Speaker.
Yep. Member for Bass, Ms Finlay.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise this morning on this matter of public importance and thank the member for Lyons, Mr DeFalco, for raising this, because there's no doubt that the future of our inland fisheries is essential to Tasmania for a number of reasons. There's been a lot of very pleasant contributions this morning talking about facts about the fishery, but I think what Mr DiCarlo was actually seeking as a part of the contributions this morning was specific contributions about people committing to how important the future of this fishery is to Tasmania. It's a classically Tasmanian way of life, and yes, there has been no doubt that for many generations we've seen that it has been world-renowned, and we could confidently and proudly say that our Tasmanian inland fisheries, our wild brown trout fishery, is in fact one of the best in the world. However, over recent years, and unfortunately, Minister, I did listen carefully to your contribution and you described the fishery well, but unfortunately, and you've only been the Minister for a short period of time, the neglect of the government over many years, where there were significant years of frozen funding and actually declines in material funding, has meant that it's put the fishery under pressure. Over the period of time that I've been in this portfolio, I've had the absolute pleasure to meet with a number of fishers, to meet with a number of people that support the fishery in terms of their profession, in terms of a number of people that support through, whether it be through retail, whether it be through guiding, whether it be through hospitality. And there's a massive ecosystem of the Tasmanian economy that relies on the reputation and the quality of this fishery. There was in fact a report done in 2023 that outlined the economic value to Tasmania of the inland fisheries, and the direct value of the fishery, about $83 million, was found in terms of the amazing and beautiful, delicate, I think, the rods that are used, all of the equipment that's used, but whether it be the boats, the fuel, whether it be the shacks, whether it be the food, the accommodation, all of the things, the ancillary costs to a family, and it is individuals and families that go and enjoy, across generations that go enjoy fishery, have a great value, but that is at risk. And there's been a mention of the hydro management and the risk to the fishery. That's true. There's been mention of the climate risk to the fishery, but I actually think the government is a risk to the fishery and not recognise the importance to sustain that reputation, because in addition to the direct economic value of the fishery, there's the non-market value to this fishery, and that was estimated over $70 million, and that's the sense of pride and the sense of reputation around this fishery and what would be lost if this fishery actually continues to degrade. So it's really important as a result of these contributions today that the government do listen to these concerns, that they do act and engage continually with people that participate and support this incredible part of Tasmania. Because what's known, and I can say this, I'm an irregular fisher. I love to fish, but I don't go very often, but I have been out, whether it be at Four Springs or on Little Pine Lagoon, and I've been out and caught a few fish myself. But one of the things that's lovely, particularly for someone like me, is that just going fishing isn't about catching a fish. I don't always catch a fish when I go fishing, but I love the process. It can be about mental health. It can be about social connection. It can be about family building. There's so many other things about the experience of fishing that is supported by our inland fishery. The other thing that I think is interesting, and I did listen with care to the contributions for the member of Braddon, Mr Garland, around the stocking that is actually undertaken at the moment, and that interesting interplay that he presented about the benefit or the detriment of stocking. I actually think there is another great contribution that's made to Tasmania by our farmed aquaculture that actually grow the fish to help with the restocking. It's a nice interplay in Tasmania, but there are many in Tasmania that wouldn't be able to enjoy the process of catching the fish without that here. So there are, in terms of the question around the future of this fishery for Tasmania, I believe it is a serious matter that does require significant management consideration, and in order that, and it was Mr DiCarlo himself said that if this starts to decline further, it could get to the point where it's difficult to recover. And our reputation globally, I have friends that are fishers, I have friends that love to go up into the Highlands, but I have friends that go to the mainland, to New Zealand and other places around the world. And more recently in years when we're catching up and we're talking about their trips and their adventures, I I'm getting the sense that people are choosing to go elsewhere more often because of the experience that they get there. It would be detrimental to Tasmania if we lost the benefit and the value and the reputation of our fisheries, and it does need your attention, Minister.